Hello, hello. Welcome to another FloridaMun Ikoria the Behemoth best of 3 stream on MTG against humans, which is sick. Let's get this party started. Uh-oh. I just got the straight up vanilla Godzilla here. 11-11 trample. I open my packs and they don't overlay the cosmetic cards, so I see a bunch of cards and I look at them and I'm like, what the hell is that card? I haven't seen that one, haven't seen that one, haven't seen that one, but I've seen them all. I'm just used to the alternate art. Oh, there's a party pooper here. There's a draft blocker. Okay, in my experience, these things have been pretty nice. Destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature. So it's a 2 in black, destroy target creature. And if you've used force and planes to cast this, you can just destroy any target permanent, which doesn't come up. I mean, the creatures are the things you generally want to destroy, but I guess if they have like the Sharknado enchantment, that might be a more important target. But yeah, I think that's the pick here. It's just super premium removal. There's some nice uncommons, especially Primal Empathy is pretty nice. Cavern Whisperer is nice. Evolving Wild is nice. I've been impressed with this Volpakit. But I think that's the plan here. Ooh, and we just keep on getting some more nice black cards. I think we're going to go with the Grim Dancer. It's a 3/3. It can comes down with Menace, Death Touch, or Lifelink, 2 of the 3 of those, which is pretty nice for 3 mana, and obviously it's a nice mutate target if you have something bigger to slap on there. Duskfang Mentor is actually a nice combo with this, because you could just get a lifelink counter on its own and then tap and grow it, but I think the Grim Dancer is a little better, even though it's a little harder to cast. Mutual Destruction could be good. The Tri-Land is good. Rumbling Rock Slide's nice. This is a very solid pack, but I'm going to go Grim Dancer. Stay on color. And I think we'll keep on staying on color. There's really nothing too amazing in this pack off color. I think Dreamtail Heron might be the best card in the pack, honestly. There's a dual land here, but we don't know if we're interested in red. But I think we're just going to go with the cycling Space Godzilla. It's good for late game, just drop an 8/8 when the board has stalled out. And, you know, the cycling can come up. It's not super impressive, though, so I don't want it to fall into the trap on, but it's on color. Oh, man. And it's really good with Back for More. So I think that's going to be the pickup over the Necropanther. It's close. And I think those are the 2 strongest cards, and the fact that we're kind of in black anyway makes me lean towards them. Otherwise, I'd be maybe looking at this of one mind. But Durable Coilbug would be nice to come back. I found that card kind of solid. But I think Back for More is going to be better for us, especially since we already have a big fatty that we can cycle. Okay, but I'm not opposed to, you know, playing 3 color. I mean, this wants us to play forest and plains. And this General's Enforcer is pretty nice. So we could be black, white, or black, green and splash the other color pretty easily, I find, in this set. Proud Wildbonder is nice too, but that like cements us more in green. And I, you know, it's a double green card. We already have some double. I'm just going to go. I've been impressed with General's Enforcer. Here, okay, maybe we will be cemented to green because I think I like Ram through the best here. Dead Weight has been fine, but not super impressive. Ram through is really good when you have Death Touch things. And yeah, it looks like it's a like, I think it's the best card in any single color going this late. And we already have incentive to want to be green. And here, I think we're just finding solid green cards. We don't have any mutate things yet, but I think I actually like the Brushwag as a mutate target and as just a card that, you know, isn't really useless in the late game as a 1-drop. I think it's better than the Bristling Boar, but actually maybe not. Black has some menace mutate creatures that if you slap on this it becomes a mutated thing that's unblockable. So maybe I'm going to go for the Bristling Boar, actually. Fits our curve a little better too. Here, I'll go for a Memory Leak. You can cycle it away if you draw it late, which kind of, you know, it kind of just fills in the gaps of these types of card normally. When if you draw them late on just a top deck war and you know your opponent's playing out all their cards as they come, this is just a dead card. But here you can cycle it for 1, which is a nice cheap cycle. And I think it's better on the play. So if you find it on the draw in your opening hand, you can just cycle on turn 1. Here, I think I like Mutual Destruction, given the fact that we, you know, have some tokens here to sack to it, and it's just a strong removal card, and I don't think this Night Squad Commando is that great. It's fine. It's kind of filler. But I think this start of this draft is stronger already than the start of last draft, which for those who haven't watched was kind of like a red-black cycle deck that went 2-1. Splashing for some Zeniths. Here I've been impressed with this Bushmeat Poacher. It's actually a nice combo with this General's Enforcer. You can just make a token and sack it every turn to draw an extra card and gain 1 life. And yeah, pretty nice. And we have 2 things that benefit from sacking. So this Durable Coil Bug is a nice pickup. And if we open like a complete bomb in some other color, we could abandon, you know, our other green and or white cards fairly easily. Cycling Void Beckner and bringing it back with Back for More 2 turns early is a pretty strong deal. Plus you get to you're definitely killing something if you Back for More the Void Beckoner. So Back for More works well with any graveyard filling cards, which black and green have a decent amount of. So there's a 3/3 common mole that fills your card. There's also some spells. Here we'll pick up the Great Cocoon just in case we find some good mutate targets, but I don't think we have any mutate right now. Oh, I'll run 2 Durable Coil Bugs in this. Oh man, sometimes your draft just drafts itself. This thing is so good. It's a 3/3 Flash Fire for 4, which is good enough if you're like on the aggressive plan. And then if you happen to just have 6 mana and it can mutate onto something, you get to destroy a target creature or a planeswalker while getting a 3/3 flyer or pumping up whatever creature you have. That is a super good card. And now we have 2 Godzilla things in our deck. And this draft is going swimmingly. We still got this Evolving Wilds. I think this card's worth splashing. At most, you'll probably only get 1 activation a turn, though, if you're splashing for it. And it might be hard to get down, so maybe it's not worth splashing. It has some nice synergies with the Mutual Destruction and the Bushmeat Poacher, but the fact that we have 2 Durable Coil Bugs makes me, you know, feel like we don't need this card as much as I was kind of hoping or thinking we would need it. Oh man, and what's this? Search your library, put the card in graveyard, then shuffle your library, return. So this is just basically get 2 cards back from your graveyard. I think that's gonna be the way to go. There's a chance that we can get blue mana in here at some point. I'm not gonna try to force it. Call of the Death Dweller is fine, but nothing too exciting for us. Humble Naturalist is nice for ramp, but I don't think we're super thirsty for ramp. I like Mythos of Brokos. Now this is interesting. It's in our colors. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return a card with lesser converted mana cost from a creature who died from graveyard to your hand. And you can sacrifice this and always just gain life. So this is... I could see how that's good. But I honestly think this Cavern Whisperer is better and more consistent. This is a nice pack for us. Farfinder's always nice. But I've been impressed with Cavern Whisperer. Makes him 4/4 with Menace on 4 that makes him discard a card is sick. And this Chittering Harvester is also super sick. I think we have found the open colors here. I didn't discuss that pack much, but this is a very strong card. Whenever it mutates, the opponent has to sacrifice a creature. I don't think we need 2 Space Godzillas, but a Skull Prophet in this deck is perfect. With the fact that we have Back for More, 2 durable coil bugs, and we're in those colors. We might not even splash this because there's really no need to bump up the power level of this deck, it's looking like. Okay, so this is a nice... We have some really good creature cards already. None that we can easily get in our graveyard, but they're going to get in their graveyard. And I think I actually just want... We could just take this Blooming Sands, actually. I don't think we need the Greater Sandworm. We already got the Void Beckoner. Oh, man. I'm scared to read this because I'm going to be tempted to splash it. Search your library for up to 3 monocolor cards with different names. Exile them. Opponent chooses one of those cards. Shuffle that card into your library. You may cast the other cards without paying their mana costs. Okay. So it's 3 monocolors, so we can pick like this, this, and this. But it's double splashing blue, and we're not really trying to do that. So I'm just gonna pick up the fixing, and now we can run this with really little cost to our mana base. Here, nothing too exciting. I think we'll pick up Plummet from the sideboard. We already have our sack outlets. We don't need to dilute out our deck with those 1/1s that can search up more of the same. Oh, why is this light going off? It's weird. Something going funky in this light I have. This thing. It just cycles every now and then. 2/2 flash can't be countered. We don't have anything else with flash. Oh yeah, we do. I mean, a 2/2 with flash can sometimes just eat a 1/1/2 or something. They're not expecting it. Here I do like this Dark Bargain for us. That was a pretty good red card to come around that late. So surprising to see. Maybe whoever's in red isn't in the cycle deck. Green looks a little cut, but I think black is wide open. I mean, we'll pick this up just in case. I mean, we have some nice stuff to mutate onto, I guess, but we don't really have any cheap mutates, so dropping this on turn 1 isn't that exciting. I do like the Lurking Deadeye. Goes well with this Cunning Nightbonder. We can play that just in case they have some artifact or enchantment we want to remove. And look at that. We have a really strong deck after 2 packs. So we're only going to upgrade cards here. I don't even find the need to upgrade anything. I would totally just go into a queue with this right now. Oh, but it just keeps on getting better. This Glowstorm Recluse is good, but honestly, this Boneyard Lurker is so busted. It's a 4/4/4, which is great. Right on our base colors. And then, since we have some graveyard synergies, it just like brings stuff back to your hand if you mutate onto something. We have to check our curve. We're just going to have to be a little bit careful about picking up too many 4-drops here. This Bristling Boar is going to get out there, I think. Oh, I forgot we could do this too. It is built-in enchantment removal in our deck. I think it's worth splashing this because we can also get the added benefit of this. We're not going to get there on this, but that's fine. We shouldn't have trouble filling our graveyard. With that said, Unbreakable Bond is pretty nice, considering we have some pretty sweet cards to get back from our graveyard. And we have ways of putting stuff in there. So I think we're going to run this Unbreakable Bond here. It would be nice to pick up a Greater Sandworm to shore up that play. You know, maybe we only need one of these coil bugs since we have this General's Enforcer. We might lose this Memory Leak. We don't have a ton of sack. Oh, man. So this thing is a nice mutate target, but what's the realistic scenario of that happening for us? We could also just get another Dismal Blackwater and turn this thing on, which, you know, isn't the most exciting thing, but we're kind of strong on our main deck cards anyway. So we got 1, 2 mutates, 3, 4 mutates. We've got 4 things with mutate. I think I'd rather just take up the easy prey here. This deck has a ton of up high end, so we just need to survive the early game, and that helps. Even though I'm not too concerned about it. I think the power in this deck is high, so we don't need this Blitz Leech. I think I'd rather just smooth out our land a bit. I might just throw that in there. It does gain us a life. It is a tap land, so now we're running 5 tap lands, with it isn't ideal. But this is an aggressive deck. We can have some tap lands and be fine. Skull Prophet's a great card. Oh, here I definitely like the second Cavern Whisperer. Adds another mutate card. We do not have a ton of non-human creatures to mutate onto, so maybe that is a reason to have a second Coil Bug in there. And right now this would be the deck, I think. It'd be 40 cards since we have 5 lands in here already. So, oh man, a second back for more. It's too good. They are expensive, so our curve, we do have to watch out for our curve a little bit. But this thing is down here. Great Sandworm, exactly what we want. This deck is busted as hell. I'm thinking about losing the White Splash and just going straight black-green. Yeah, I don't think we need it. Lose that, we can lose these 2 tap lands. I will keep the Dismal Blackwater just for this in there. And then we can... I mean, this thing is gonna... Oh my god, another one? I don't even know, but I'll look it over. It might be too much. Like, we don't need to add more power to this deck. We just need to make sure we survive to the late game. Sure. None of this really matters. I think this is good. I'm thinking about losing this Bushmeat Poacher. I mean, we can have a really slow engine and gain some life with our Coil Bugs. Sacking them and drawing if it gets like real late game. But if it gets real late game, I feel like we've got the power to finish this out. And we already got some cycle cards to find what we need. I don't know if I'm trying to convince you or myself. We gotta make one cut here though. Maybe we just lose this Mutual Destruction. You know what? Excavation Mole is actually pretty good for this deck. I think we lose this Mutual Destruction and this Bushmeat Poacher. I think we're good to go. This deck is busted. So we have 8, 9. We have 9 sources of green, 10 of black. Looks pretty good for our split. Let's do it. This is gonna be a sick draft, and I'm just gonna call it 3-0. I think the only way we don't 3-0 if we run into a couple bad luck games of like, you know, flood or screw. Or this. Okay, this looks fantastic. We can actually get a turn 3 Boneyard Lurker out if we want. And then we have this thing to load up our graveyard for the back for more, plus ramp us to it. This is a human, so we can't mutate this onto it. Oh, it has its own animation. That's pretty nifty. Well, we're obviously not attacking with that, but we can just... If we draw a land, we could tap, put a couple things in our graveyard, and then mutate onto this, and then they'll have to discard a card. We can return something back from our graveyard, assuming this thing sticks around. Which, I don't know what they could do in green-white other than pacifism it. Which would obviously make me not want to mutate onto it, but that's not going to do it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go. Oh, that's not permanent. We can just... I think we just dark bargain here. Attack with this. And then we just dark bargain. We can make sure we get a permanent in our graveyard for Cave Whisperer. We'll do it end of their turn just in case they lock this thing down. But damn, this is a sick Golgari deck. I mean, it looks like they're effectively going wide here, but I'm really not concerned. I will take a land and something else. Okay. Obviously, I mean, it's just so sick. It's just so sick all around. I mean, I think we do this anyway. We can actually just get this Revolving Wilds back, which I kind of like. Where did we took out the splash, right? Okay, cool. We'll get the black. I don't think they have anything that could interrupt us too badly. I guess I'd rather just get the untapped land at this point. I don't really need this coil bug. I can get it back. I'll attack with this, and I'll actually just trade here with the Dranith Healer, I think. Sure. Because I don't want to die to some stupid... We have so much power, we don't really need this functionality anymore. That's actually kind of nice. Because now, let's see. So if we bring back anything, it's gonna... And it fights. This thing's gonna die. So I think I'd rather just get this out. I think I want to put Lifelink and Menace on it. Play out the land and just pass. Maybe we'll get them to pump this. And then we can get them with the easy prey. And there goes their whole turn. But I will trade off here. Because, I mean, why not? We got so much card advantage here. And then we just maybe back for more. I think we back for more our Boneyard Lurker, and then we can Cavern Whisperer onto it. Oh, they just went through? That's very aggressive. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they didn't trade us off, but this deck is so fucking sick. This is a deck that could kind of run us over, though, so we gotta be careful. This is a masterpiece. Here I think we actually just want another 2-drop we could just throw in front of things. I think that looks better than this thing. I like this giving us lifelink because we might need that. I don't think we're going to need this Lurking Deadeye that much. I just want to make sure we don't die. Let's do that. It looks like 2 health. 2-2 on the ground wasn't too terrible against them. Yep, looks good. We need to find another swamp, ideally, but we can answer anything they play this turn. If they don't play anything this turn, I feel like we should just be prepared to cycle this, because or maybe they're stuck on land. We're not trying to find anything. We've got stuff to do, so I think I like lifelink and menace here again, because I think I'd rather just build a life cushion against them. I don't think we're gonna have a problem killing things that they have. And now we're getting to the point where we might want to cycle. They have like a fight spell or a deal damage spell that could kill this. They found their second land, but if they tap out here, our Chittering Harvester is going to be real nice. I see what they're doing here. I think I want to just race them. I think I want to mutate onto this with the Chittering Harvester. Oh, that's a bummer, but now I think we just attack here. If they do the double block thing, we can easy prey. Damn, that Garrison Cat put a hole in our plans. I think we still want to mutate instead of not doing anything this turn, because then it can block even if they try to push through it. So they're gonna lose this one. If they have an answer for this, we're gonna take 8, but then 2 of these guys is kind of tough. I'm glad we got the lifelink on this. That's gonna be important. Sure, not scared of those cards. Nice. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So now we can just kind of attack with both. I think they're on the back foot here. And we have 2 kill spells in hand here, so we could just easy pray away this thing. Hey, Bastard Knight, how's it going? Thanks for joining the chat. I hope you haven't been waiting long. But what we have here is a super sick... Oh, new to Magic. Well, this set is not very new friendly. Unfortunately, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on here. I think I'm okay with this. But it's a really cool set. I'm just gonna pass here. I think we just attack with both of these, see what happens. Yeah, this thing is super sick. Look at that. The alternate art in this set's pretty cool. I think I'm just going to actually cycle this. Like, we have a bunch of powerful stuff to draw into. This does extra damage to them. I'm not really scared about dying. Yeah. So how new are we talking about? Did you like just start playing, or you just watching for now? Are you gonna get into it? Hey, Papa Lewis. I didn't even see you there. Damn. You guys have the same color on your names. I didn't even make a distinction. Here, I think we can just kill him. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I messed up. I mean, that was not an ideal play, but doesn't matter. Well, I think it's the best card game on Earth, so it's definitely worth learning. Yeah, for sure. They provide you with nice starter decks, and you know, you can kind of get a lot of play in before having spent any money or anything. And I think the limited options are nice right now. They gave everyone a free draft with this set, so. Ooh, okay, so I only started playing recently, well, semi-recently, with Shadows over Innistrad. So basically from there to this is like what I know really well. And I can't even give a good evaluation of Shadows because I didn't really know much about Limited at the time. We got a cycling card. We're on the play. It's a little greedy to keep this hand, but I think I am going to keep it because we can cycle this away. We have to cycle this away. We have one land. So we're going to see a few cards by turn 2. It'll be fine. What could go wrong? We're going to have to grab a swamp with it. But yeah, I would say I really liked... What set did I really like? There we go. That makes me feel much better. And now we even have a ramp card with Skull Prophet. I really like the Hours. Once Hours of Devastation came out for the Amonkhet cycle, I really enjoyed that. If they counter this, it's going to be painful for me. I'm hoping that thing survives. So yeah, the Hour Devastation Amonkhet set. I like the style of it. I like the gameplay of it. You could do like 4-color nonsense, which I think this set is looking like that. Okay, so we could do that. And I think we'll just play this and pass. Honestly, considering we have Back for More in our hand, I'm just gonna bin 2 stuff into our graveyard. End of turn. Because this whole deck is built around bringing stuff back from the graveyard. And this is going to be nice to Cavern Whisper mutate onto the... Okay, well, we can't bring those things back from the graveyard, but... There we go. So I focus on the stream of trying to talk through my plays as much as I can. And so I think if you want to learn, like, if you're interested in Limited, so draft specifically, and you want to kind of refine playmaking and drafting skills, this is the stream to watch. That's my record, my best of 3 record, which is actually 1 game out of date right now. For the Ikoria set once it's dropped, so I'd like to think I know what I'm doing, but who knows? Depends on your style, depends on your flavor of streamer, but I appreciate you guys popping in here, guys or girls, whoever, whatever. People, you viewers, I appreciate you viewers popping in here. I think that's the most PC way to say it. How did you find the stream? I'm curious. Did you just browse through the list all the way down to the dredges where like everyone streams to no one lives? Was it the title that caught your eye? You thought, damn, I want to be 90+%. Went from low to high. See, I knew it. Here, I think we want to just mutate onto here. Make him sack a creature. Make him discard a card. Seems pretty good. Have a 4/6. We might just leave it back to block. But I think we're actually good. Actually, yeah, we're good to attack since it has menace. They can't just double block. We'll get to kill their Mosscoat Goriak. Yeah, some of the popular streams. I mean, Magic doesn't get too bad, but like some of the FPS streamers, it's literally just like, and you can't, like, what's the point? You're just like chatting. It's funny because we all know you're just saying things because you want to say them at that point, and you don't actually care about the response. It's kind of like, I agree. I like having chats where you can have conversations, and that's the great thing about Magic streaming. I think is that like it sets itself up to naturally have conversations, and you can always just be talking about the game, right? So here, I think I want to attack with this Chittering Harvester. We're gonna probably cycle away this Greater Sandworm and maybe Lurking Eye something, depending on what happens here. They got some pump spell, but I think that's gonna be fine. So I get to eat my Skittering, or my Chittering Harvester, but it's not the worst thing, because now we can drop this, kill this Mosscoat, and then cycle Greater Sandworm at the end of turn, and then back for more to fight whatever they will have. So I think we're in. Hey, I appreciate the follow, Papa Lewis. I have to get some animations back on there for the follow. I didn't really get any notification on my like Streamlabs dashboard. I'm just looking at the Twitch homepage. But yeah, this is gonna be sick. This deck is definitely the best deck I've drafted in this set so far. Oh my god, and we have that too. This is just a stomping. I don't know what they could do here. I don't know what cards they could have that gets them out of this in just 2 colors. Because we're going to drop an 8/8 Death Touch next turn too, in addition to the fact that we have, you know, lethal on board if they don't do anything. They're looking through their graveyard, so they might be able to buy some stuff back. I'm not sure. Yeah, cool. So they get to trade. So if we attack with everything, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't play the 8/8 if we attack. If we attack with everything, they basically have to make a trade here, and then they go down to 1. And I think that's totally fine. We don't need to get the 8/8 out. We could just get this durable Coil Bug back. Fiend Artisan, yeah. That would be the icing on the fucking cake for this deck. But yeah, I did play with it once. It's pretty busted. It's so gross. I mean, in the early game, it's like fine. It's not that great if you like play it on turn 2, but mid game on, it's just busted. It's just like any game like this where you just have like a turn with a lot of mana and some like creatures hanging around from the early game or durable Coil Bug, it's either gigantic or it can just get you something gigantic with like little effort. And the fact that it's hybrid mana and not like black and a single black, single green makes it even like better. It's like if you're base one of those colors, you can put it in your deck, and it doesn't have to be like a super graveyard centric deck. But yeah, I think it would have been a mistake last turn to just attack with the 7/7 and this, because then they could have eaten this, and I would have dropped the 8/8, but then if they have removal for that, the 8/8 They could have then traded with the 7/7 next turn, and I think Skull Prophet wouldn't have been lethal. But now they're just kind of holding on. They just don't want to lose. Okay. So it looks like they have some kind of big clunky animal or things, which actually look pretty good. It's a pretty favorable matchup for us, I think, considering we just have multiple ways of removing things and some big things ourselves. So I think on the draw, we might want to lose this memory leak. Yeah, exactly. The power creep is super real, and I feel like this set is it's crazy powerful. It feels like a mini cube or like a master set or something. It's just too strong. I think we're good here, right? Yeah, I think we're fine. Poor Travis. I don't think Travis stands a chance against a deck if this thing curves out well, which this is a really solid hand, actually. Hopefully Excavation Mole finds one of our big things so we can Unbreakable Bonds it. But we got some nice early protection, which I think is like the one weakness of this deck is if they get out there an early start, it might be a little hard to come back. Start. That was weird. I think I have to reply to something. All right, no, never mind. Here, I think we just get our bug, move along. Okay, Exclamation Mole might be real important here for this Back for More or Unbreakable Bond. Oh yeah, and we're gonna have a nice board presence before they do. And we got cards to cycle if we need to find our land. This is going pretty well. Oh. That was exactly the card we want. We could have a turn 5 8/8 Death Touch Lifelink if we find our lands in time. So that's pretty good. Unlimited. Man, they're digging. I think I want to make sure I find the 5th land. Because if we get this down on turn 5, I think that's just too much pressure. And I think the best way we have to do that is to Dark Bargain. So I'm just going to do that. I mean, they got to have some action in their hand, though. They've just been cycling cards. Looks like they've been digging for possibly lands. So I'm not counting them out yet, but I mean... Well, if they have a counter, this is actually... Well, I'd rather them counter this than what I'm going to try to do next turn. If they just have all this land up, I'm just going to attack and pass, I think. I think I want... these 2 cards. And now we can Memory Leak. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. I think we Memory Leak, see what they're working with here. And if they have a counter, they might as well just counter this. Oh, okay. So that's what they're doing. So they're going to get to mutate onto this thing regardless, but I think I'd rather them just get a land and bounce one of my things instead of get to draw a card since they're kind of stuck. And now we could just attack here and we'll cycle this easy prey to find a land, and hopefully we do, and then we can just Back for More against their mutated pouncing Shore Shark, and then they'll have an empty board again. Sure. So what part of the country are you in, Papa Louis? Are you in a place that lockdown is pretty serious, or are you in a place that's starting to protests public health, basically. I'm in San Francisco, so I'm like, we've been shut down since the 16th of March, and everyone's taking it. Everyone's been pretty good about it, so our numbers look good. But man, after a month of this, it's I can see how people are getting antsy, but you know. Well, they have something. Sure. Nice. Found the land. Now we can do this. And now we have an 8/8 on board. That even if they kill, we can bring back with Unbreakable Bond as a lifelinker. We can mutate this thing, make them discard a card. Yeah. It's over. This deck is like a constructed deck. It's unfair. I mean, sometimes you just draft. I'm gonna add this. I want to change this now. Let's do that. Let's add it to decks just for reference later on. And let's go. Okay, we're back up to a 90% win rate. 18-2, exactly 90%. I was worried though. I dropped a little bit. Yep, this looks pretty damn good. Gonna grab a second black since we have 2 double black cards. And this thing actually makes this cheaper. Oh, they actually have the I guess playing Jungle Hollow is better here. They have this Spell Chaser. So they have no duplicates in their deck. So that's good to know. So as soon as we see 1 copy of any card, we can assume they don't have a second copy. But this might be a little difficult. I'm gonna flash this guy in. They have a 2/2 menace. Man, they got a lot of stuff going on apparently. And they got a good curve here. This is gonna be tough, I think. Am I interested in flashing in this 3/3 next turn? I don't think so. We could just play the bug and then we could double block this thing anyway. So let's just get that out. Play this. And it's nice if we double block this and they don't have anything to do. They'll probably kill their human. I mean, this doesn't look good. I'm assuming they have some trick here, but that's fine. But they'll probably kill the human over the bug. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we're going to probably have to flash in this Dark Destroyer just to stay alive here. Unless we draw something else. But they're coming out the gates pretty hot. Yeah, I think we just have to flash this in and trade with the Splendor Mare, if possible. And hopefully this works, because if it doesn't, we're kind of behind curve, but I guess not too bad. We could just drop Cavern Whisperer next turn. We can eventually fight this with a Back for More then, now. This does not help us, so we're going to take at least 4 or 5 damage now if they spend the mana to pump this. So this is looking a little sketch. Back for more is going to be nice, though, because then we can fight this thing down, assuming they don't mutate it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. If they're tapped out of black, we might just fight this thing, since then we have a flyer that can block this. And then we can Cavern Whisperer onto it to make it a 4/4 flyer, just in case they mutate this and get a counter on it somehow. But let's see. Let's see what they do here. I think we might be stabilizing, but it's still a close call. Really? That is super surprising to me. I'm going to do the Cavern Whisperer. They could flash this in, so maybe that's why it's pausing. But we get to fight this, which is nice. If they have a +2/+2, it still dies, and that's why I did this over the 3/3. Okay, so they get to copy this. So they're gonna go pretty wide here, but we should be okay. They didn't want to copy that. Okay, interesting. I thought for sure they would copy that and just like start smashing. I think I'd rather just have another body out than to make them discard a card. Though they're down to the last card, and I think it probably is something. I don't think I'm super comfortable attacking yet. Because then if they flash this in, next turn they remove this. They're only doing 5 actually. I guess we have to get this going. And if they don't have removal for this, they can't really attack, so. Next turn we could get this body back. It'll cost our whole turn, but if we just draw a land, we'll probably do that over Dark Bargaining. Sorry, I just had to catch a fly. Or maybe they're holding this because they had some better. If they have the, okay, that's fine. I think we'll just trade there. If they decide to attack. Nice. Okay, return up to 2 permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. So that seems sick, and that seems sick. So let's do that. I guess we'll attack with 1 here. Now I think I want to still grab the, we definitely want to grab this, and I think we want to grab the Cunning Knight Bonder just to get a second card out. I mean, I guess they're really not threatening us much right now, but yeah, I think it'd be, maybe we just get the Coil Bug so we have something else to mutate onto, actually. Nah, we can buy that back. Let's just do this. I mean, we're in a pretty strong position here. We just have to survive kind of thing. So I'm just doing the thing that is going to make us most likely to survive at this point. And they might just be holding a hand, but I'm probably going to just mutate onto this to get... Oh, there we go. They knew it was coming. We're going to still mutate onto this, and then we get to basically kill this, and then we can start swinging. Oh, okay. So this makes mutate costs cheaper too. And then I'll just attack with this 4/4 in the air, start chipping away. If they want to flash this in, just as a 3/2, we can still trade for this back here. We gotta put the pressure on. Okay. That's fine. We gotta drop into 8/8 next turn. This thing has menace, but that's not too scary. Oh wait, we can't drop that yet. Okay, so we'll just do this. I'm still gonna attack with this Cavern Whisperer. I'm not too scared. Even if they top deck some removal and take care of these two guys, they could still only do 5 to us. I mean, it would be a bad situation, don't get me wrong. But we'll have definitely 2 defenders next turn if they, you know, end up just killing these things. We could always bring this back and drop another one. Or just, I guess, play our 8/8. Makes more sense. I don't care if they have some spell here that kills both our things. Gets a spell out of their hand. I don't want them to basically have double strike, get us down to like 3 health if we're just like... Okay, so they're gonna make it that's fine. So it looks a little intimidating, but it's actually not that bad. And I'm going to hold this back now, because then we could double block this menace. Assuming they don't find removal. If they find removal, we might be in somewhat of a trouble. Here, I don't think they could get away with killing both while still surviving. Unless, I guess they could have an instant for this. They would just have to top deck it? That would be kind of sick. They could have the Deadeye Sniper thing. Okay. Here... I mean, I think I want to just make sure I can bring this back and kill this Spell Chaser before attacking with this. It's leaving some value on the table, but... I think at that point you just play it safe. Okay, so they have some shenanigans. They have some X3s. I think on the draw we can lose this Memory Leak and get this Mutual Destruction up. They have some combat tricks though, we gotta watch out for. My buddies knows a lot about keyboards, and I'm kind of in the market for a new one. So he's just been sending me lots of some links. He knows so much about all this stuff. I'm always impressed by those people. I don't know much about anything other than what I can get from reading a forum for 10 minutes in terms of like peripheries or computer stuff. I build my own computers, but it's just like because it's the knowledge out there from others. And Andrak Goose is going deep. All right, let's finish up this trophy. This is a little slow. I'm gonna mulligan this. I don't like it. This looks much better. I think we're gonna lose this Mutual Destruction here. We don't have any creatures to sack to it. We'll probably use the land just fine. Actually, we could just, yeah, I think we just lose the land. We got 3 land here on the draw. Mutual Destruction might come in handy. We'll probably just cycle away this Greater Sandworm. We have ways of getting it back. No problem. Yeah, I think I'm gonna not play the tap land because I want to find a 2-drop or a 3-drop I could use to throw in front of this. Early unchecked Sabertooth can actually do some work. We gotta kind of find something in the next 2 turns. Otherwise, I think we're gonna be a little too far behind. Okay, well, they don't know whether to make it even or odd. Okay, they made it odd, so there goes using mutual destruction against them. And likewise, I'm going to play an untapped land because we're going to have to cycle this and try to find something. But this is what I'm worried about against these type of decks. Luckily, they can't flash this in, but they probably have other stuff to do. But yeah, if we don't find something to affect the board this turn, we're going to take 6. If we have to Dark Bargain, we're going to go down to 10. And then even if they don't add anything to the board, we're going to go down to 4 the following turn. Okay, that's not the worst thing. Well, I guess it does cut down on the clock. Okay, that's something. That's something. Ooh, that's something too. So this is good against odds, so I might as well play this thing. And I mean, if they attack with both, I'll throw it in front of this adventurer, make them use some combat trick. If they attack with just this, I will also just trade, I think, at this point. And then I can always slash this in and trade here if they're not expecting it. I don't care about the attrition game, I just need to survive. If they have removal for this, it's going to be real tough. Oh, well, that's death. Okay, well that was quite the curve out. On the play, I'm feeling pretty good. I think I kind of want this over this after seeing that. Okay, maybe this won't be an easy trophy after all. Making me work for it. Yeah, this is nice. This is real nice. We can mutate onto the durable coil bug if it's still alive by turn 4. Maybe we find something to load up our graveyard. We can mutate this into it, bring it back. Okay, we don't have a turn 3 play, so I'd rather get this out, and then turn 3 we can use just drop in Jungle Hollow. Okay, nice, nice. I think I will just Cavern Whisper onto the Coil Bug next turn. Gives me a 4/4 body to attack with. We can kind of put pressure on them. We get the snag a card from... Alternatively, we could Grim Dancer, which gives me a lifelink choice. I kind of like Grim Dancing better. They could have the 2-mana spell that that deals 3 damage to target creature. And they could also just jump in Lutri and eat my thing right here, but I doubt they would do that. Yeah, I mean, if they just play a creature and we draw a land here, I mean, they're going to be so far behind. Yeah. Because then we just get to mutate onto this. Attack for 7, gain 3 life, coil a creature. Pretty good turn. Jesus Christ. They curved out last game, but this is our turn. I mean, I don't even know what they can do here. I just mutate Cavern Whisperer onto Tyrion Harvester if they have just drop a creature. If they have removal, we can Boneyard, Lurker, bring it back, the Tyrion Harvester, or just play a second Cavern Whisperer and get the pressure on. Okay, so I think we just attack with both here, see what happens. We can always Lurking Deadeye, or just play Cavern Whisperer at the end of turn. Even if they have Divine Arrow and they copy it, they can only kill one thing. Sure. They exile it, so we can't Boneyard Lurker, but that's totally fine. I think we're just Cavern Whisperer. I don't think we care about getting cards out of their hand at this point. We're just putting on the pressure. If they just play a big blocker, they're dead next turn. We just mutate onto this, and they have to block, and they have to sack it. Okay, so this is odd, this is even, so they can't do anything about that. I think we just mutate onto this. Then they have to sack this. And we actually get to bring this back too. And I don't think they could actually have anything that kills this for this type of mana. So they have to do that to stay alive. That convert mana cost. So attacking with this doesn't do much, but we still have this. Actually might have been a mistake, because now we don't have anything to back for more, but back for more is even actually, and then it fights, so this thing would fight this. So I think we could have just maybe back for more of this, make this fight. They would have to flash this in to chump block this, and then they would have an empty board, and we'd still have both of these up. I'm going to attack with both. I know this has protection from even, but they flash in a creature. That way they can't double block this and this. So they probably have some removal for this. Oh, nope, just gaining life, that's fine. I'm just going to play this out, give it lifelink, and actually at this point, we're very high on life, so this makes it harder for them to block things. And I don't think I'm going to play this out end of turn, just in case they have some board wipe. They obviously have to find something here, and it's looking very bad for them, because they need 5 defenders to not die, because these both have menace, so they basically have to wipe the board, and if they do, we could still play this out unless this is still alive. But even then, we can bring this back, bring this back from the graveyard, fight this with back for more, and then send this in to kill them if they wipe just our side of the board somehow. So I don't think there's a way they can win unless they have double removal for these. But even then, we could flash this in, and they'd have to have something else. So I think it's over. I think we got this. And this deck is definitely the strongest deck I have drafted in this set thus far. It's gonna trophy here as expected. Sure, that's fine. Even if they pump and double strike, they're still so far away from killing us. It's just some desperation stuff going on. Even if they have sack a creature to sack, yeah, sure, that's fine. They have to have something else here. No. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay. Protect from even. There we go. All right. Damn, that was a fun one. I did have fun. Thank you. How did it know? How did it know I was so eager to say I had fun? All right, let me update this. So 19 and 2. So that means I have played 7 drafts. 5 of them I've trophied, and 2 I've went 2-1. So I haven't had a losing record in these best of 3 drafts yet. Let's claim these prize. Thank you all for coming along on that fun Golgari ride with me. Maybe I can only hope I get the drafted deck that good again. Let's open 10 packs, because I hate opening them one at a time. See what we got. Oh, that was fast. I didn't mean to click through that, but we got a couple of mythics, a mythic wild card, gold wild card, and just some other golds. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. I appreciate likes, subscribes, follows, twitch.tv/FloridaMun with a MUN. Yeah, I plan on just doing more limited content, so come on by. And thanks for watching. See you all next time.